You're watching this because something inside you knows the truth. The loudest voices in the room are rarely the most powerful ones. The people posting every achievement, every plan, every emotion, they're bleeding power with each word. Here's what nobody tells you. Your words are weapons. But most people hand those weapons directly to their enemies without even realizing it. Today I'm breaking down the architecture of silence, not the weak kind where you stay quiet because you're afraid. The strategic kind that turns you into someone unpredictable, someone dangerous, someone who operates 3 moves ahead while everyone else is still celebrating move 1. Let me start with a question that'll make you uncomfortable. When was the last time being transparent actually helped you? Not made you feel better. Not made you seem relatable, actually helped you gain ground. I'll wait. Modern culture sells you a lie. They tell you authenticity means broadcasting everything. Share your journey, show your struggles, let people in. But here's the reality check. The corporate world doesn't reward transparency. Politics doesn't reward transparency. Power doesn't reward transparency. You know what they reward? Results wrapped in mystery. Think about the most influential people you know. Not influencers. I'm talking about people with actual power. Do they post their breakdowns? Their failures? Their next business move? No. They show up with outcomes. They arrive after the battle is won. They let results speak while everyone else is still arguing in the comments. Here's what happens when you overshare. You become predictable. And predictable people get used. They get manipulated. They get bypassed while quieter players make the real moves. Every piece of information you share creates a pattern. Those patterns become your prison. People study you, categorize you, and most importantly, they learn exactly how to stop you. I'm not saying become a ghost. I'm saying become calculated. The difference? A ghost disappears. A calculated person appears exactly when and where it matters most. They control the narrative because they never gave anyone enough information to write it for them. Let me give you a real scenario. 2 people start businesses on the same day. Person A posts every step, the LLC filing, the logo design, the first client meeting, the struggles with inventory, the cash flow problems. Person B, silent, working. 6 months later, person A is still explaining why things are taking so long, defending decisions to people who never built anything. Person B just launched, fully formed, no explanation needed. Who do you think people respect more? Who do you think competitors fear more? The one who showed every card, or the one who only revealed the winning hand? There's a psychological phenomenon most people never recognize. Every time you explain yourself, you lose a piece of authority. Think about leaders you admire. They don't justify their decisions to everyone. They decide and move. The explanation, if it comes at all, comes later. After success validates the choice. But weak leaders, they're always explaining, always justifying, always seeking approval before action. Here's the trap. The more you expose your reasoning, the more people feel entitled to debate it. And debate delays execution. Delay kills momentum. Dead momentum kills dreams. You want to know why some people never launch that business, never write that book, never make that career move? Because they talk to too many people first. Each conversation became a negotiation. Each opinion became a weight. Each doubt they heard became a reason to wait. Meanwhile, someone else with half the talent and twice the audacity just did it. Quietly, quickly, completely. Let's talk about the science for a second. When you share a goal, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical you get from achieving the goal. So you literally trick yourself into feeling accomplished without accomplishing anything. Researchers call this social reality. Your mind can't distinguish between the satisfaction of announcing a plan and the satisfaction of completing it. Translation, talking about your goals actively makes you less likely to achieve them. But it gets darker. When you expose your plans, you invite something sinister, subtle sabotage. Not the obvious kind, the kind that comes dressed as concern. Are you sure that's realistic? Have you thought about the risks? Maybe you should wait until... These aren't questions. They're anchors, designed to keep you exactly where you are. Sometimes it's intentional, often it's not. But the effect is the same. People are comfortable with the version of you they know. Your growth threatens that comfort, so they'll unconsciously try to maintain the status quo. The solution? Starve their doubts, Feed your discipline. Let them see the transformation after it's irreversible. We live in a weakness economy. Everywhere you look, people are trading vulnerabilities for validation. Social media made it profitable to be broken, to be struggling, to be a victim. Post your trauma, gain followers, share your pain, get engagement. But here's what they don't tell you. You're building a brand on instability, and that brand follows you everywhere. In a professional setting, nobody wants to bet on fragility. They want reliability, strength, consistency. You can have depth without displaying damage. You can have wisdom without wearing your wounds as credentials. I'll say something controversial. Most people share their weaknesses because they want others to lower their expectations. If you tell everyone you struggle with discipline, you've pre-excused your future failures. If you broadcast your anxiety, you've created a safety net for when you don't perform. It's self-sabotage disguised as self-awareness. Real strength isn't pretending you don't have weaknesses. It's handling them so effectively that others never see them. It's winning the internal battle before the external one begins. Marcus Aurelius fought this fight 2,000 years ago, leading an empire while battling personal demons. Did he post about it? Did he seek sympathy from the Senate? No. He wrote in private, processed in silence, led with strength. His meditations weren't published during his lifetime. They were found after his death. That's the model. Master yourself in private, lead in public. Now, I'm not saying never be vulnerable, I'm saying be strategic about it. Vulnerability shared with the right person at the right time, in the right context, can build deep trust. But vulnerability broadcasted to everyone builds nothing except a target on your back. Here's the test. Before you share something personal, ask yourself 2 questions. 1. Will this person use this information to help me or handle me? 2. Am I sharing this because it serves my growth or because I need validation? If you can't answer both clearly, keep it to yourself, because every weakness you reveal gives someone else to your breaking point, and in a competitive world, that's suicide. Let's talk about something that makes people uncomfortable. Money. Specifically, why you should never discuss how much you have or how much you make. The moment you attach a number to your worth, you've reduced yourself to a transaction. People stop seeing you as a person. They see a resource. I've watched this play out 1,000 times. Someone starts making real money. They can't help themselves. They need people to know. So they flex. Subtle at first. New car, designer clothes, expensive restaurants. Then the questions start. Business must be good, huh? You're really making it now. Must be nice. Seems harmless. It's not. Each comment is a calculation. They're measuring the distance between their position and yours. And that measurement creates one of 2 reactions, resentment or exploitation. The ones who resent you will subtly undermine you. Not obvious sabotage, just small comments, little doubts, passive aggression wrapped in jokes. The ones who want to exploit you will suddenly have emergencies. Investment opportunities, business ideas that need funding, family members who need help. Both groups stop seeing you as a friend and start seeing you as a bank. Here's the brutal truth. Money doesn't change you. It reveals everyone else. Old money understands this. They dress down, drive modest cars, live in neighborhoods that don't scream wealth. Why? Because real wealth protects itself through invisibility. New money does the opposite. They announce, display, broadcast, and they wonder why everyone treats them differently. Let me give you a framework. The wealth paradox. The more money you make, the less you should talk about it. The more power you gain, the quieter you should become. The higher you rise, the lower your profile should be. This isn't about false modesty. It's about strategic positioning. When people don't know your financial status, they can't manipulate you based on it. They can't pressure you. They can't resent you. They can't exploit you. You maintain optionality. You can help who you want, when you want, on your terms. Not because someone guilt-tripped you or because you feel obligated. And here's the power move. When you do help someone, it's a complete surprise. They never expected it because they never knew you could. That creates genuine gratitude instead of entitled expectation. Money talks, wealth whispers, power is silent. Nothing destroys respect faster than broadcasting relationship drama. Every fight you post about, every vague status, every cryptic message, it's not honesty. It's weakness on display. You think you're getting support. You're actually auditioning for a role in other people's entertainment. Your relationship isn't content. It's not a storyline. It's not public property. The moment you make it public, you've invited everyone to have an opinion, and opinions from people who aren't in the relationship are worse than useless. They're damaging. Here's what happens. You fight with your partner. You're hurt, angry, confused. So you vent to friends, post something indirect, or straight up tell people what went wrong. Everyone sympathizes. Some take your side. Others play devil's advocate. You feel validated, heard, understood. But here's what you actually did. You just painted your relationship as unstable. You showed everyone that you can be emotionally controlled. You revealed that your foundation has cracks. Now when people see you together, they're not seeing a couple. They're seeing a situation. They're waiting for the next episode. And the worst part? When you reconcile, and you probably will, everyone still remembers the drama. They don't forget. They file it away. And they judge both of you for staying. Professional impact? Massive. Colleagues wonder about your judgment. Clients question your stability. Opportunities go to people who seem more put together. Here's the rule. Your relationship is a fortress. You don't give tours of the dungeon. You don't explain the weak points in the wall. You definitely don't broadcast when the gates are breached. Handle conflicts internally. Get help if you need it, but from professionals. Not from your group chat. Not from your followers. Because every piece of relationship drama you share becomes part of your permanent record in people's minds. This is where most people destroy their future, sharing long-term goals too early. You've felt this. You have an idea, a big vision, something that excites you. So you tell people, and their reaction determines whether you pursue it. If they're excited, you feel validated. If they're skeptical, you feel discouraged. But here's the problem. You just handed control of your dream to someone else's opinion. Your vision is fragile in the beginning. It needs protection, nurturing, quiet development. When you expose it too early, you subject it to forces it can't withstand yet. Criticism, doubt, comparison, competition. I've seen brilliant ideas die because someone shared them at a dinner party and got a lukewarm response. The idea didn't change. The person's commitment to it did. Here's what silence does. It creates space for your vision to develop strength, to build foundation, to become undeniable. When you finally reveal it, you're not asking for permission. You're presenting a reality. Think about product launches. Apple doesn't survey opinions on their next iPhone. They develop in secret, perfect in private, then present the finished product. Your life works the same way. Develop in secret, perfect in private, present results. Let your success be the announcement. Let your achievement be the explanation. So here's where we land. Silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. It's not about having nothing to say. It's about knowing when your silence is more powerful than your words. Every master strategist throughout history understood this. They moved in shadows. They struck when least expected. They revealed nothing until the moment of maximum impact. You want to become dangerous? Stop being an open book. Become a mystery. You want to become powerful? Stop explaining yourself to people who haven't earned the explanation. You want to become unstoppable? Start protecting your plans, your weaknesses, your wealth, your relationships, and your goals with the same intensity you'd protect your life. Because in many ways, you are. The question isn't whether you'll use silence strategically. The question is whether you'll use it before your loose lips cost you everything. From this point forward, ask yourself before speaking, does this serve me or does this expose me? Most of the time, the answer will demand your silence. And when you master that silence, you'll finally understand what real power feels like. Now close this video and go build something they never saw coming.